Lord have mercy. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We are live here in Chicago, Illinois. So let's get right into it. So today I took the train, got on a nice, beautiful train ride from Dallas, Texas, back here home in Chicago. And I was here to celebrate, Jamal Green. He was running for mayor of the city of Chicago, and I was here supporting him in his race for mayor. And it was amazing, to be in the city, downtown Chicago, and just be there in support of him. I want to show y'all a picture of me and J-Mo that me and him took there at his watch party. We just want to dive into it because I was there in support of him because I said, hey, let me support this young brother. I've been knowing Jamal Green since he was about 17 years old, being in the city, him being an activist, other things, as well as demanding billions of dollars from Chase Bank and all other things that he was demanding for, big change for this city. And also he had the organization My Turn On, helping Black and brown people with their credit to become homeowners. Some people actually became homeowners under his direction, under his company. And I was there and I had on this all black bow tie and everything like that. And I know people are knocked out sleep. They had the bow tie and everything. And I asked him, he said, the Wiley Show? I said, sir, can I get a picture? And he said, sure. We took a selfie. I was amazed to be there. It was amazing. Also, I was able to meet Elizabeth. I met her. She is a freelance reporter. She got about a couple more months. She's with Columbia University for journalism. And so I was with her and I was getting all the information. And on her laptop, she had her hotspot and she had all of the percentages for each candidate. So I was like, what about this percentage? What about this candidate? And, when I tuned in, when I watched, her laptop, I was shocked. I was really shocked because I'm like, what in the world is going on with these results? And the results came out, and the results were 33% was Paul Vallis, and Brandon Johnson was at 20.3%. And the incumbent, Roy Lightfoot, she was at 86,952 at 17.1%. And out of all of those tally of votes, only 509,000, almost 509,000 plus people voted. That's a very low number. And then, of course, we was looking at the youth vote, and the youth vote was even lower. It was a real low vote. They were the lowest. The 18 to 24 was the lowest out of all demographics. The high demographics were the senior citizens, those 50 and up. And I was upset about it, but then I put on my hat and I said, okay, what is the solution? Well, the solution is we must invest in our politicians. If you want a progressive, young, youthful leader, that young, youthful leader needs finances. You need, at bare minimum, you need $5 to $10 million, even probably more than that, to run a successful, effective campaign. Did J-Mo have some awesome, great ideas? Was his agenda strong? Yes. But due to the fact that he did not have enough money to compete with Brandon Johnson, because Brandon Johnson was funded by the Chicago Teachers Union, and you also had Paul being funded by the Fraternal Order of Police. That is one of the powerful unions in the city. And also you had two powerful unions funding candidates. And so those particular candidates pretty much run on the forefront. Julie Garcia was definitely the media favorite that Julie Garcia would win this race. Julie Garcia is a front runner, and that particular front runner lost. It was two people that they started to talk about them towards the end, and I'm telling you, Brandon Johnson got a rush and a surge these last couple of weeks. So let's be clear. I've been in Chicago a couple of days and a couple, before this, back when my grandmother's birthday was on February 20th. When I turned on the radio, it was Brandon Johnson, Brandon Johnson, Brandon Johnson, Brandon Johnson. Maybe you may hear Willie Wilson, but I didn't hear no radio ads for Jamal Green. And so radio is powerful because that's part of a person's day. That's a part of their routine. People vote for who they know, who they know, who they see on their television screen, who they hear on their radio. And so what messed it up with the black candidates that ran, it was about 6 of them that black candidates ran. Now, when you calculate all the black candidates and combine them together, that was over 50% Let's say, for instance, if Brandon would have run by himself, the only black candidate, and you would have had Paul as the candidate, Brandon probably would have been, if the voter tell us how it is, he probably would have been the new mayor of Chicago. But the issue is you have so many black candidates. You had Brandon Johnson, you had Lloyd Lightfoot, you had Willie Wilson, you had Jamal Green, you have Kim Buckner, you have Sophia King, you have Roderick Sawyer. And so what white candidates started to realize when they ran last year, they started to split the vote with predominantly white neighborhoods. So this year, they rallied behind one particular candidate, Paul Vallas, Vallas. They rallied behind that one candidate. That strategy won. So with black candidates in the city of Chicago and cities, period, you just need to rally behind one, because when that black candidate runs and there's 6 of them running, you will split the vote 6 ways. Already, black people are not voting at high rate of numbers in local election. They vote in higher elections for president, but this is a non-presidential election. So, of course, the voter turnout is going to be low. So if you have a 6 or 7 black candidates, you're splitting it 6 or 7 ways. It's very challenging. I was upset because Jamal, he did get up there. He did announce that he wasn't conceding because it's all votes are tallied. And then we stayed for a couple of more minutes. I was talking with Elizabeth. We were going over things, talking about her working in journalism. What did she think about journalism? And then she was talking about that she's working in environmental. She wanted to get her master's degree in environmental science. And I was telling people that's very important, even though environmental is not sexy for American politics. But it affects you. If you're having water problems, that's environmental. If a lot of these trains are derailing off the rails, that's environmental, and it's developed, and it's all the toxic is spilling to these communities. So that's a part of environmental. So that is important to understand, that you have to worry about what's going on in your environment and make sure that people that's getting elected handle the environment the proper way. So when I went there, I was talking to her. I was amazed talking with her. It was an awesome event, but it was somebody in that place. It wasn't Jamal. I mean, they breath was kicking. I'm like, you ain't got no tic-tac. I ain't trying to mean no harm, but you ain't got no tic-tac. I mean, breath, not Jamal Green. It was somebody else that was in the crowd in that phone, because he said something and it just, my face just even frowned out. I'm like, you ain't got no tic-tac. So I have to be very careful and mindful of that, because I'm like, what in the world is going on? Okay. So I was there in Chicago supporting them. So yes, I will be back. This is home, so I'll be back in Chicago to support Brandon Johnson, because some of his ideas is very progressive. I'm hearing that he's going to help the teachers, get them higher pay and all of that. So I want to be really researching Brandon Johnson and see how he's doing as well. Researching his campaign and see how he's doing. So I'm going to definitely not vote, but support his campaign by doing phone banking and other things, and also report on it as well. So we do want Brandon Johnson. I typically want to keep the city hall black, but not just any black person. He's out of Paul. Brandon is the man of the job. Like Paul want to bring, he's tearing with, he really want the police to really terrorize the black and brown communities. And I don't think that's the answer. I don't think we need to give more police dollars, more money to the police, because they have not done a good job bringing down crime. I think a lot of that money should went to mental health treatments. A lot of that money should went to after school programs, job training programs, apprenticeship programs, and etc. I don't think it should go more to the police. Why are we driving so much money into police and they're not doing their damn job? So no, I was shocked that Willie Wilson only had 9.1%. Let me see what Willie Wilson was, because Willie Wilson is a businessman that he was giving out free gas, money, and everything. He was at 9.5%, and he had 48,658 people voted for him. So that is what it was. So right now it is reporting that more than 99% of it. So that's pretty much, so we'll be going to a runoff, and that runoff will take place in April. And that is when the runoff will take place. So that's how it is. And then when you go down to the wards, you see Ward 1, only 11,000 people voted in Ward 1. In Ward 1, Ward 2, nobody. It was uncontested. Ward 3, uncontested. Ward 4, only 11,599 people voted in the ward. These are district in the city. Ward 5, 8,239 people voted. In Ward 6, 2,078 people voted. Ward 7, uncontested. Ward 8, 11,795 people. And in Ward 9, only 10,075 people voted. In Ward 10, only 7,890 people voted. Ward 11, only 10,840 people. Ward 12, only 5,577 voted. So if you go down and down the list, these are some of these wards. People hardly wasn't, and I think all that person was up for grabs. And mostly all the incumbents have won their race. And then Ward 46. So that's how pretty much have been the race. So we're going to keep y'all updated with all the people in the race. So we're just going to keep you updated. I don't think this is the end for Jamal. This was I was able to watch how he moved, very professional, the work that he put in. But like I said earlier, you can have a great idea, but if there's no money behind it, it's just that, an idea. In order to have an effective idea, you must have the money. And in Ecclesiastics, it said money answereth all things. It's in the book. It's in scripture. So with that entail, money will help you in politics. Now, it's not the end all be all, because you say some candidates, Linda McMahon, she ran for Senate in Connecticut and lost, spent a lot of money. So just because you have a lot of money, that does not guarantee you a seat, but you're in a better position when you do have it. I would rather be in a position of having the money than the lack of money. All right. So that's what I have to say about that. Okay. So that's what I was doing in Chicago. Now, let's go to our topics. Let's go into our topic. Peter, baby. Peter, I just don't want to say this, man. I was on a conference. I was on a show with Peter at one point. And Michelle Etienne Brown. We was on a show during the pandemic. We had a whole conversation. But I want to bring this up about Peter. Peter was arrested, and apparently he put his hands on a female employee, and he was arrested. And a lot of people were saying, "What's going on with Peter?" It's like he's facing criminal charges for allegedly choking a female up at a restaurant bar at a restaurant Bar One in Baltimore. This must have happened. The incident date is 3/20, 2022, and also the trial. The court date was scheduled for this February the 28th, 2023. At 9 a.m. and it had the court address, and it said assault degree, second degree. Assault second degree is what he has. Assault at second degree. What is he facing this as second degree? Paul, I want to say this about Peter. You got to keep your hands to yourself. You cannot put your hands on a female. If that female is not attacking you or harming you, you just cannot do that. And that is when you have a charge on you, and that's when you'll get something on you, and you have to go to court in a mugshot. Don't have to do that. If a female is doing something to which you comply, get the officer, get your security, let them defuse the situation. But you as a man, don't do it, because you got the bag to protect. You are the leader of the restaurant. You own the restaurant. You're the CEO, etc. So don't put your hands on a female. I don't put my hands on a female only if it's a right of self-defense. But if it's not for self-defense, I don't do it. I don't put my hands on any female at all. It's unless I'm protecting myself, unless I'm shielding myself and stuff like that. You done with the headphones? Okay. I'm gonna come get it once I'm done with the show. So unless you just protecting yourself, but just randomly just saying, hey, I'm just gonna do this to this female. No, bro, I don't respect it. I don't respect brothers that put their hands on females because they can. I don't respect sisters that's out here putting their hands on other females on the male unprovoked. You're just doing it because you want to be violent. That's not cool. That's not cool at all that you're doing that when you do all that type of stuff. That is not cool to put your hand on a female, choke a female, slap a female, stomp a female. Those things that are not cool to do, because females are to be honored, are to be loved, are to be presented as queens, not to be as a punching bag. That's not cool. So, Peter, if you did do this, I would have to say allegedly, don't do it, because even Nene Leak said, you, Patricia, you always in women business. So it's not so far-fetched that you did not do this. But obviously, the police felt like they had enough evidence to charge you with second-degree assault, and now your butt is bars. You're supposed to be out there frying chicken and flipping burgers and putting hot dogs on hot dog buns and having karaoke, not out there being a WWE wrestler, not out there being a UFC person. You're supposed to be supporting that and giving me a margarita, having servers, not you serving them with a two-punch, not you serving them with a drop kick, not you serving them with a headlock. No, you don't supposed to be doing all that type of stuff. No supposed to be touching a woman of that nature unless you are defending yourself. Because I do believe in self-defense, but I don't believe in you being aggressive to a woman just because you can. Don't do it. I don't love it. I don't respect that. I think that is coward behavior. And let me say this in my close about you, Peter. You need to do something, make a statement. I reached out to you. I didn't get a response. I don't know if you reached out to Michelle Etielian, but I don't think that's cool at all. I don't think that is cool that you're putting your hands on a female, because I've seen so many women that get abused by men, and it's very hurtful. One of my good friend of mine, Jonathan, his sister, she died from domestic violence. Her husband, a boyfriend, took her out. And so now those children are birthed as, you know what I'm saying, both parents. One parent is in jail for the rest of his life. The other parent is just dead. And now they're orphans. It just doesn't make any sense. And then their uncle is have a whole drug addiction. So you all got to be very careful with that. And so again, I'm going to keep you updated, because every time you hear Peter, either A, he ain't paying his own restaurant employees, or something going on with the payroll, or he want to throw them hands. Something wrong with that. And I see, and I'm glad that Cynthia Bailey left you, because you are too aggressive. It's not cool to put your hands on that. What y'all think? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat, because I don't think that cool. Because you got some females, oh wow, this is a different time. It's okay. Sometimes women do need to get hit. You know, I don't believe in that. Not at all. Not me. I don't believe that you should be a type of person that puts your hands on a female. Not at all. I don't agree with that. I don't love that. I don't respect that. I think that's not cool. And some women, unfortunately, they go back to those relationships. So that's not cool at all, man. Because some of the women, they go right back to those relationships. They get beat and get into a situation, and here it is. Let me go right back. No, if a man get angry and he punched the wall, you need to leave that man. Because if he punched that wall and his knuckles is bloody, what do you think he's going to do to you? If a man get angry and he destroy everything in the house, you need to leave him, because if he body slammed that glass table, what do you think he's going to do to you? Watch when a man get angry. He should not be destroying property. He should not be beating up a wall. He should go to the gym, throw out some steam, go out for a nice run, or walk, or get on his knees and pray it out. But he should not be out there boxing and drop kicking you. All right. And sometimes I don't get involved. I have family members that was in domestic situation. I never got involved. Because number one, either A, you're going to go back, or two, you're going to start turning on me. And I just let you and that person handle it. And the best thing I do, I pray about it and I move on, because even when you call the cops, they ain't going to do nothing but say, he ain't did nothing to me. It's everything all right. So that ain't cool. All right, so let's move on for that. Okay, now that was that topic. Now we want to get into FTN Bay. And FTN Bay and Doodie Low. So Doodie Low was awarded, you guys, 11. Hold on, he was awarded a lot of freaking money. Wait a minute, how much money was he awarded? He was awarded $11 million defamation lawsuit against FTN Bay after accusing him of sexual assaulting her son. Now she went on this whole tangent saying that this man put screwdrivers, knives, all type of things, discussing things that she claimed that Doodie Low did to her child. And it is being reported right then and there that he won a lawsuit of $11 million, a defamation lawsuit against FTM after he accused him of that. Then he wrote on his wall, give me a second, I'm going to see if I can find it because they posted on other sites. But sometimes when you repost stuff, it do not be coming out right. Let me see. Okay, so on here right now, he wrote on here, he said, this was a long, successful milestone in my life throughout the trials and tribulations. I stood tall after all the lies and backlash. Special shout out to Ariel ESQ 305. My attorney was up sleepless night answering the phone any time of the night. I love my team. Stop playing with my name. First in history, justice first time being served from a scorned woman who tried to warn and counsel and tried to warn me, counsel her, stay blessed. The 11 we holding up is for 11 million. All right. I'm excited because, like, again, it's so many children. It's a lot of children out here that get abused. And for what she did was wrong to create this lie about Doodie Low and to create this thing about him and putting this rumor about him because he didn't want to date her anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't get into here because you don't want me to date. You know what I'm saying? I moved on, and now you want to put out this whole R-word allegation against me, or M-word allegation against me, and saying that your child was violated. You do know when you say a child, you're a woman, and you start crying, you start getting emotional, public opinion will change against you, and they did. And then they make it no better. His name was Doodie Low. They start calling him Dookie Low and many other things. And also to be thankful, whoever to be thankful on this is Tasha. Tasha really exposed the story, and she interviewed Doodie Low, and she also interviewed FTM Bay, and her and FTM Bay got into it, and it was really disastrous. And Tasha K husband tried to calm her down. It was like a whole scandal that happened on the internet, and she said she was recording and everything like that. And I said, okay, let's dissect what's going on here. And I clearly can tell that this sister right here, that something wrong with her. Like something is, ooh, is it? I can't do it here. Something wrong with her. Something wrong with her mindset that this sister got up here and she lied on this black man. I do believe he is telling the truth. And he also took a lie detector test that he did not violate the minor. And that is something that, people don't do. I don't see too many people are saying, hey, let me take a lie detector test. Even the pedo Larry Reed did not take a lie detector test. She refused a lie detector test. So that's just how that goes. So I would keep y'all updated. $11 million. That is more money than Tasha K, because Tasha K got to pay back $4 million. And he Doodie Low $11 million. Now, will he get it? No. She ain't got no 11 million. But that is something that she will have to go through. That is something where, she would have over her head. And I'm hearing like she had got arrested at one point for even breaking the law. So we would keep y'all updated with this whole thing with Doodie Low and whole thing with FTM Bay. And I hope and pray that her son is on that. Even her son came out and said he lied, So you hear all this stuff. So I'm going to keep y'all updated on all of this once we see what's the next step. And I'm trying to get an interview with Doodie Low. It's kind of difficult getting in these DMs with these people because they get bombarded with so many messages. So we'll try again and try to have a conversation with Doodie Low. And also we will have a conversation with FTM Bay. Okay, so that was that. Now, our last subject here that we're going to definitely dive into is Jaguar Wright. Jaguar, is Ramirez here? I'm here to file a police report. I'm here to file a police report against my husband because he assaulted me. I'm also here to see Ramirez. Where's officer? I'm here to see Ramirez. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. And my uncle was a chief of police, and he had a small peen, and he used to F all the people. And then I'm going to get a big black man to F your wife. Like, she was going in and yelling and cussing. And I'm like, and then they finally arrested her towards the end. And I'm like, y'all, this lady cussing y'all out. Here I am. I guess I just got butt naked. I was running. And here I got tased, a bloody chin, a bloody stomach. And y'all didn't tase the lady. The lady clearly is a threat. Now, this is the thing. Then someone, bailed her out of jail. And she's going to continue to do it. Now, she ain't getting the help that she needs, right? She's not getting the mental health treatment. I do believe that the woman is a danger to herself. I do believe she's trying to go out, delete by cop. I do believe that. I also believe that she is not medicated. She's off her meds, and her mind is just all the way, she's unstable. And I speak to the shame of Sean and others that interview her and get all these clicks and views off of a mentally disabled, disturbed human being. And she's one of them. And when you look at her, she clearly is not well. She's clearly unmedicated. She's clearly schizophrenic. She's clearly manic. And she's trying her best to get deleted by cop, because this is the second interaction that she had with the cop. No, actually the third publicly. Actually the fourth, if you account when she had an encounter with her and her mother-in-law. So this woman or former mother-in-law, this woman is definitely going through different things. So hopefully one day that she could go to the hospital and get help. We don't know. If she get the help, she get the help. If she don't get the help, she is going to be wound up RIP for Jaguar, because of the actions that she's doing. She's provoking, and she's on a thin line of trying to get deleted by a cop. And so when I saw all of that stuff out there as well, she clearly needs the help, and she's living very reckless. And living reckless, and that's how it is. I'm live. And that's what it is. She's living her life reckless. If you've seen the video, she living reckless. So to Jaguar Wright, I hope she gets the help. She don't want to talk to me. I sent her a message. I said, sister, with love, take your meds. And I went to Gupta. I said, Gupta, take your meds. Like, get your wife your meds. Take your meds. Clearly, because sis, you ain't I'm live. Take your meds, okay? So somebody send my sister these beautiful flowers.
He a rich nigga, y'all.
And glass in here to her job.
He sent it to me at work.
Yeah, I thought she bought these flowers for me, but these is for her. And the note said, beautiful flower for a beautiful woman, exclamation point and a heart.
Beautiful flowers for a beautiful woman.
Yeah, that's what it said.
They was all at work like, oh, girl, that was beautiful.
Yes, because you're going to be real her. And that's Jaguar Wright. They said, Wiley, are you really going to be sued? It would be cheap to fight, but will not pay the bill. Remember, you have a regular job career with wages that could be guarded. No, I'm giving sued by Jaguar Wright. She ain't suing nobody. First of all, the lady is out of her mind. She's crazy. Second of all, she always got other women and men in her bedroom. Third of all, I'm going to always keep it real. Who cares about a lawsuit at the end of the day? These people are not going to sue. Sue for what? You can't sue you can try, but it's dumb. If it's already in public domain that you a pedo, that's in public domain. Levante said it. Tasha K said it. Okay, and other entities said it in a public domain spectrum. So if you're suing, you must sue all the public parties to do that. And I rarely think he would do that. And Jaguar Wright ain't gonna sue, because clearly she didn't even know how to sue the police, because there's something wrong with her mind. Then she said she's gonna call the DEA. Then she said, I'm looking for somebody to get a lawyer to sue. This woman is clearly not well. And hopefully and prayerfully that she do get the help, but I don't doubt it. She gonna get shot or tased by the cops. And that's gonna be a very sad situation. And I blame all the people that uplift her and put her on these pedestals, knowing the woman is not well. Here, this woman is bragging about having 1 million views on a video that she ain't getting $1 for, that she had to get bailed out by Aaliyah's fake daughter, who she is mentally unstable, and she had to get bailed out by that sister. So these is all the things that this woman is going through. And people think it's funny. I clearly think it's funny as well, but I understand the seriousness of it, that she ain't well and she's manic, okay? And it's going to be a short video today. I'll be back live tomorrow to chit chat with y'all. What y'all saying here in the comments? They said, because you're going to be real with her. They said, LOL, Jag is not and will not sue. And they said, how are you going to sue with no money? And they said all of this. And so people are taking advantage. Here you are, Brother Sean, he took so much advantage of Jaguar Wright. He got 2 daughters and all of. What if your daughter was missing unstable? How would you feel if I would bring them on a platform and get all these clicks and views? You're used and being used. And eventually she's going to fall out with Sean because she's that paranoia. He's going to get tired of her, or that paranoia going to tell him that he's turned against her. That's eventually what's going to happen because she fall out with Nosy Ho. And every time you fall out with Nosy Ho, something ain't up in your head. And then Nosy Ho was supposed to go live, and she canceled the live to talk about Nikki because she can't talk about Nikki because she ain't got the money to fight Nikki in that lawsuit. Okay. Because she didn't know how to stop doing what she's doing. So I'm here home in Chicago, and I love it here. I'm about to go to sleep and have a shot. Thank y'all so very much. I was out at Jamal Green event, so that's probably why y'all see me at the suit and stuff with the jacket, with the bow tie. I was out at his event earlier today, supporting the one and only J. Mo Green. Okay. So so thank y'all so very much for coming through. We will have our GoFundMe up tomorrow. We're trying to have to raise $6,000 because we need a travel budget, because like I said, it was $60 on the lift, $60 coming back, almost $200 for the train ride, and those are the expenses. Thank God I have I can stay with my mom rent free. But again, in order to go to other cities, that's not possible. We have to have funding so we can travel to these red carpets. Not every red carpet, but certain shows, like when they had Creed 3, I would have liked to be there. When they had, other shows as well, red carpets. And sometimes we want to go to a person's city and interview them and pay for the rent out a podcast space with a camera person. Sometimes we want to do that as well. So we want to definitely do that. So if you definitely want to do that, we will be putting out a GoFundMe. If you want to donate before the GoFundMe drops on tomorrow or later on today, you can always hit the Cash App at $Marquise Wiley 28. I do want to thank our contributors for some of them already donating. So if you do want to donate while we're traveling, we was the only Black-owned outlet at Jamal Green's event, and that Cash App is $Marquise Wiley 28. I mean, we were the only Black-owned media outlet there. There was no other Black-owned there, and we will also be the only Black-owned, probably the only Black-owned for Brandon Johnson. We'll be supporting him as well. We are endorsing him for mayor of the city of Chicago for Brandon, Johnson. We're supporting him as well for mayor. So, of course, we'll be at his campaign office. We will be trying to get some information and understanding of what is his policy and what do he stand for. So thank you all so very much for that. I love y'all. Y'all saying Wiley look good. I'm about to go and take my pill and go to sleep because, like I said, I just got back from the train, and the train ride was lovely. It was fun, but I had to rush to get home. Thank God I was able to get there just in time to support Jamal Green. So I'm here at my house in Chicago, and I got some more apartment shopping to do on tomorrow or later on today. So thank y'all so very much. God bless y'all. Love y'all so very much. We got a couple of announcements to make. Do not forget, you have until 6 a.m. to vote for us for the Boss Babe Awards. So if you have not voted for us, you have until 6 a.m. To vote for us. For of us, you can Boss Babe Award. That award show going to take place on April the 30th of 2023. It's going to take place April the 30th of 2023, and that is the Boss Babe YouTuber Award. Okay, and also with that being entailed, you could always hit us on our social media at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com, because we have our second annual Vegas meet and greet. Our second annual Vegas meet and greet will take place on October 6th through the 9th. And then October 6th to the 9th, 2023. And you can RSVP at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. Again, that is Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. And you can go to the P.O. Box. That's the Wiley Show P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Section 75370. Again, that's the Wiley Show P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. Thank you all so very much. Now, we will be back live tonight. Thank you all so very much for that. And we love y'all for the support. Love y'all for the support. Is I'm in Chicago for good? Yes, I am. In Chicago for good. Of course, I'm still going back and forth to Texas. I still, have somewhere to lay my head in Texas, and I'm also here. So, yes, okay. My official residency is the Chicagoland area. Any other questions for y'all go? Any other questions? I am drinking some little wine my mom gave me. I said, okay. And at 6 a.m. starting today, I start my juicing diet. I found a juicing place out here in this area, and I'm excited. I found a juicing place out here in this area, so we'll be doing that for the juicing. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. Any other question? I will answer 2 questions. If y'all got a question, make it good, okay? And if you got a question, make it good. I've been on here 34 minutes. Of course, when I have my house, alone, I could definitely do that. So let's see. EBWAT. We say you're good in Chicago. Yes, I am. EB what? Yes. I answered that question. So any other questions? I am here to answer it. All right. So no questions. I don't know if anybody want to call in. So give me a second. I don't know if the call-in number will work because I have my Blue Yeti, but it's in a box right now. So give me a second. I don't know if the Blue Yeti would work. Give me 1 second. If anybody want to call in, the number is 972. Give me a second here. If you want to call in, that number is 972-674-9462. That number is 972-674-9462. That number is 972-674-9462. If you are calling in, that is the number. All right. If you're looking for sponsorship deals, or if you're looking for me to be, help you, give you some strategy about how to grow your YouTube channel, you can definitely hit me up at the email address wileyshowproductions@gmail.com. Now, if you want to call in, the number is on the screen. 972-674-9462. Again, we are here late, but we will also resume on tomorrow. We're not going to be in Chicago that long this time because it's something I got to do in Texas, so I'm excited for that. And I will see y'all. Thank y'all. All right. No callers. Okay. Thank you. No questions. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful night. And make sure y'all hit that thumbs button and subscribe. Talk to y'all later. And I know y'all going to catch the replay. So y'all have a good one catching the replay. Love y'all so very much. And congratulations to the front runners, the 2 people that have the highest votes for the mayor race. I'll talk to y'all. Yes, congratulations to y'all. Okay. Yes. Thank you. All right. Peace.